Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Akua Auset, and I am the author of Superwomen and Goddesses, Workin Your Power Magic. So today, I actually wanted to do something a little different. This book here. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I completed a 30-day plus 100-day more challenge. And it was called the Extreme Action Takers Challenge. And so in that challenge, we did a series of tasks that made us really show up in every area of our lives. And one of the tasks that we were required to do was to read every day. And so I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm really involved in my day, instead of sitting down to actually read a book, I will listen to an audiobook. And I have to say that reading, like physically picking up a book and reading it, is so different than listening to an audiobook. Somehow picking up a book and actually reading it, you're more present to, it's like you're giving all of your attention to it, as opposed to putting on an audiobook and you're in the kitchen cooking or cleaning. Like, it's just different. So I'm so excited that we were required to read every day. So the two books that I am in the middle of right now are these two books. Definitely they should be part of your library. This book is by my dear friend Wayne B. Chandler, who's actually the protege of Ivan Van Sertima, who wrote They Came Before Columbus. And so we're approaching a new moon, so I really wanted to Sankofa, go back and fetch it. Go back to my words technically, but I wrote this book between the hours of 3 and 5 every morning. And really felt that I wrote this book under inspiration. So I'm revisiting this book. So this evening, you could be watching this at 9 a.m., but if you happen to be reading this at a time where you can just kind of wind down, join me. So I've got a cup of Seven Blossoms tea, and hopefully, maybe you can pause this and save it for your bedtime and grab a cup of tea and listen to me read to you. So this Seven Blossoms tea, let me tell you about it. It's a bountiful gift of linden flower, passion flower, and valerian root, along with additional wholesome herbs that are a perfect match. After a long day of hustling and bustling, nothing can quiet your mind and soul like the savory, calming effect that comes with drinking this exceptional herbal blend that gratifies your taste buds. So it has starflower, linden leaf flower, flor manita, lemon balm, passion flower, peppermint leaf, spearmint leaf, valerian root, and orange oil. So that is what I'm enjoying. So I'm actually going to jump to, I'm going to use my official copy, which is, look at this, all kinds of Post-it notes and everything. So I'm actually going to, if you have the book, definitely open it up to, let's see, Chapter 6, Superwomen and Goddesses. So, you know, a lot of times when people talk about superwomen, they're talking about a completely different context of superwomen. So I really am choosing this chapter to share with you what a superwoman means to me. So we're on page 67. All right. So part 1, searching for superwoman. One evening, I was at home doing some writing and looked up the word superwoman and was shocked to not find it there. Superman was there, but superwoman was nowhere to be found. If there is not a word for something, there's no way to speak it into existence. As far as that edition of Webster's New World Dictionary, Superwoman doesn't exist. That moment was the beginning of the topic, searching for Superwoman. I searched Google and she's there. So just that we're on the same page, when I speak of Superwoman, I'm not talking about a dissatisfied and selfless woman who does everything for everyone else with little time or energy for herself. That's not who I'm referring to. I'm also not referring to comic strip superheroes like Superwoman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Spider-Woman, Invisible Woman, or Sheena, a European male's creation of a drop-dead gorgeous woman with superhuman strength, magical powers, and the ability to morph. I refer to a very ancient idea of which Superwoman is. In that edition of Webster's New World Dictionary, Superman was defined as an apparently superhuman man. So let's say Superwoman is an apparently superhuman woman. So what is superhuman? Being more than human. What is human? There are 4 parts to being human. We will work from the bottom up. Using our brain function as the defining element, the brain is the control center of our behavior and thought. The dictionary defines a human as a mammal with a mammalian brain, a mammal with a female who suckles her young, stands erect with extraordinary development of the brain and language. The most primitive part of our brain is the reptilian brain, which controls our body language. The next in development would be the mammalian brain, the limbic system, which controls our emotions and our fight or flight mechanism. These are the 2 lowest, most primitive divisions of our brain. They appear in their highest development in reptiles and mammals. The design of the lower divisions, reptilian and mammalian, of our brain is wired all in order to survive. When only the lower brain is used, we are at our most basic, wired to play the survival of the fittest game. Think about the effects on the behavior of human beings when they are in survival mode. Watch soap operas, BET music videos, advertising, and listen to music radio. Modern R&B and rap music fixate on the lust for the human form. Here you can witness utter and complete lower brain function, absolute lust, jiggling breast and gyration of hips, utter greed, gluttony, unceasing pride, anger, jealousy, laziness, all the deadly 7 sins, and we can't get enough of it. When people live in a state of survival physically and emotionally, they can do some pretty cold-blooded things. Reptiles are cold-blooded. Maybe that's where the saying comes from. What if we had no concern for survival? What if we functioned as if all was taken care of? You have everything you desire, nothing lacking. Now what? If you have everything you desire and all is taken care of, then anything above that is abundance. How do you function in the context of abundance when our brains are wired to survive? The ability comes through the cultivation of the 3rd division of our brain, the cerebral cortex, which controls our consciousness and memory, as well as the activation of our pineal gland, referred to also as the 3rd or the single eye in ancient religious, spiritual, or esoteric circles. The pineal gland is our brain's black hole, concentrated with melanin. The pineal gland is a super absorber of all energy, frequencies, and light. The pineal gland is a super absorber of all energy, frequencies, and light. The pineal gland in our brain controls our biorhythms and is the link between our physical body and world to spiritual and astral worlds. Matthew 6:22, the light of the body is the eye. It therefore thine eye be single, Thy whole body shall be full of light. The pineal gland is activated through meditation, relaxation, or sleep, and when activated, the atoms of the pineal attract photons, a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation, which receives information from all frequencies. To be in meditation is to be in a trance. When you are in trance, you drop your sense of physical and ego boundaries and receive information. You receive from all frequencies, high and low. Once information is received, it is delivered to your cerebral cortex and stored. This is the root of advertising and media, implanting low or base information in our higher brain. The activation of our pineal gland through meditation, relaxation, sleep, and the cultivation and development of the higher mind enables us to connect with the mind of God, universal intelligence and power. This sacred information is still limited because only those with pure intention will be able to enter into the sacred realms. So what is it to be more than human? To be more than human is to be superhuman, and to be superhuman is to function beyond the response of survival, utilizing your entire brain. Higher brain leading human behavior as opposed to lower brain leading human behavior creates the miraculous. Without the cultivation and nourishment of our higher brain, we are destined to live a barbaric and painful life. Matthew 4:16, the people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up. To be superhuman is to function beyond the idea of survival. What would life look like if you function as if you lack nothing? What if your response to opportunity was not about lack of money, lack of time, lack of energy, lack of forgiveness, lack of understanding, lack of love, lack of assistance and support, lack of talent and creativity? What would be possible? What would be possible is what the Native Americans refer to as the sacred walk of beauty. To walk in beauty is to walk gently with a twinkle in the eye, loving thoughts in your mind, and a smile in your heart. Life as a superwoman would be magnificent, magical, and succulent. As the author Sark says, you'd be living juicy. A superwoman is a female with the consciousness of God. So that is part of chapter 6. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to grab the book, you can definitely reach below in the description, and there's a link there to actually get a physical copy and or a audio book. Hope you enjoyed that and have a wonderful evening or rest of your day. Take care.